turn into a prophet. Do the numbers when I want, I'm a cop.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent. And Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. We're at the home of the Grizzlies, the FedEx Forum in beautiful Memphis, Tennessee. And, of course, Alex Caruso. Team moving on here without him.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than short.
Brent Coulibaly got a lot of minutes last season, and it's paid off.
Well, Kevin, I think this guy is hungry. I think he's hungry to prove that he can be an elite wing player in the league. His work ethic is top-notch, and this guy, if he goes at it defensively, can be on those all-defensive teams by the time his career is done.
Unable to get that one. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute, and he knows his team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Pass to Song. All alone.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
The kick out to Bain. Morant with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Jackson. It's Clark with the rebound.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Jackson with the screen. 18 feet out. And that one's good. Morant.
Fantastic instincts there by Morant. Sizing up the D and then just taking what he sees.
Stripped away. Here's Daniels. Plays it up and banks it in.
Well, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Driving inside.
So much speed from Shea. Used it there to get by the defense.
Memphis leading by 4. Here's Morant. Oh,
and leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Morant looking around. Shot clock at 5. And the Grizzlies tap down 2 more. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Memphis.
Just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. And he lays it straight in.
Great movement in the pick and roll. Gilgeous-Alexander so decisive in that kind of set.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with the coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That is his first foul of the game.
Substitution on the court.
A minute 20 left to play here in the first. To the middle. Here's Sarr. And Sarr throws it down.
Most of Sarr's best work is done at the rim. Look at him just throwing it down with ease.
Williams a screen. Pulls it from 20. Bain, no good. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. They trail by 6. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Here is Daniels. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Kennard's shot is off.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Brent, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades.
And here now the Thunder. Grizzlies making the shot. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. On the wing, Jackson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Daniels. And he drops that one in. Daniels has got his second bucket of the game to go. Williams for 3. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Well, you love nailing the lap.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what's your take on the Grizzlies so far?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies and forcing a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Wells wide open. A three-pointer off the mark. Memphis leading by 5. Kennard on the wing. Scoreless thus far. Jackson looking around. Just 5 to shoot. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Thunder trailing by 7. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here he goes. Williams with the block.
That's what Williams does, disrupt your offense.
Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Ball stolen. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Here's Jackson. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Back to Daniels. Shot clock at 6. Chang. And it goes down 2 points. Chang's got the lead up to 9 now for the Grizzlies. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Thunder trailing by 9. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That'll be his second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
On the wing, Koulibaly. Still without a basket. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Screen by Wiggins. Williams with the block.
And this has really become a struggle for them. Their shots aren't dropping, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. They need to put everything they have into getting high percentage shots.
Here's Morant. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, with how explosive John Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Another shot, and the layup is good. Morant's got 13.
And what a show Morant is putting on. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like he's going to score.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
That attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. Driving to that was something else.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
The Thunder shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Free throw good, Wallace.
2 shots.
Wallace hits 2 free throws. We've heard players and coaches complain, Brent, that the rules are too skewed in favor of the offense. You think that's true?
Well, Kevin, offense sells, and the fact that we've talked about how the league has increased pace, you don't really even have time to play defense in today's game. The one thing that I do like is that the league has allowed for some variance and some zone defense to start to be employed. So tactically, coaches are trying to throw different strategies out there, but man-to-man, it's hard.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Williams can't get it to go. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Topic. Left side, Jackson. And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution for your
The tray. Rebound by Wallace.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And then Clark's. Slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Pass to Bain. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
He's listed at 6'5", but Brent, Jalen Williams seems so much bigger than that on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, one of those guys that has more presence on the floor than the measurements you look at on paper. This guy plays bigger. He's got a great frame. He's got great strength. He's got great poise. And there are a lot of people who are going to recognize just how talented Jalen is.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Here's Williams. It's rebounded by Coulibaly. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. A 12-point game.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And anytime Jackson gets near the rim, it's pretty much a done deal.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander shoots from the elbow. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his third basket of the night right there. Here's Bain. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Striking fast inside. Bain isn't going to miss a chance at a look like that.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander drains it from beyond the arc. Gilgeous-Alexander's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Thunder. Here's Bain. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Thunder trailing by 11. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Pass to Wiggins. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low, Bagley. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Grizzlies leading by 11. Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
Talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That's his third foul of the game. Grizzlies making a switch here. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder with another miss.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Thunder trailing by 15. Jacks up a 3. The Thunder with another miss.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Morant outside. No good from 18.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
And the slam dunk by Wallace.
Such an improved part of SGA's game. Love his passing skills.
Pass to Chang. Here's the 3. Thunder with the rebound. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Outside Jackson. And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Grizzlies making a switch here.
Now into the lineup for your Grizzlies.
Here is Daniels. From the arc. It's good from long range. Daniels has got 7 points in the game.
Man, if Daniels is hitting that, it really opens up the offense.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Robert Williams. Brent, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report. Here's Topic. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
And there's the contact on the jam. He gets the whistle, but not the bucket, so 2 shots coming up for him.
He gets really smooth sometimes. Gilgeous-Alexander has some size, and he challenged the defense with it that time.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. To the inside. Here's Huff. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense. If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to Wallace. Screen by Wiggins. Wallace attacking. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wallace has got 10 points in the quarter.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
And the call will go against Aaron Wiggins. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. So both teams making some changes here. There's 1:26 left here in the third quarter. Outside Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
Payton with it. Guarded down by Jackson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs. And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Williams can't hit. Under trailing by 10. Inside. Sarr. And Sarr throws it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. It's his first trip to the line. First one falls for him.
Kennard really knows his role, not just with this team, but in the league. It's to help space the floor with his long-range shooting and contribute on the offensive end.
Here's Oklahoma City. Outside Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got 5.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And it's Williams with the ball for Oklahoma City. Trailing here by 8. That one a little long. On the wing, Bain. He has 6. To the paint. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty. And he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome.
27.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Memphis leading by 10. Here's Topic. And it's blocked.
Great timing on the rejection there. This young kid, Sarr, has major defensive potential.
3-pointer. And they get it back. Outside Williams. Pass to Sarr. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Koulibaly. With 1 on the clock. And Sarr throws it down.
That board looked easy for Sarr at 7-1. You expect second chance opportunities like that.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Outside Williams. Grizzlies with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to Bain. Shoots it. And Sarr pulls it down. Thunder trailing by 10. Here's Clark. And it's Clark slamming it down.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
Takes it out to Covington. Down low. He's looking for Williams and finds him. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. The Grizzlies call timeout. Both teams deciding to change it up. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, DA?
Hi, guys. Well, during the break, I was able to catch what the Grizzlies coach was talking about with his team. Now, he heaped praise on the defense. He said the pressure's great. I love it. Keep making them make mistakes, guys. It's working. He thinks they're on the right track here. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Bagley the screen. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And money from the stripe. SGA can close his eyes and knock that down.
Good on the second free throw. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Now here's Morant. Pass to Hartenstein. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Marvin Bagley picks one up.
And this is something Morant does well. His knack for knowing when to make that feed is impressive.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
How about the vertical of Gilgeous-Alexander, a guard who can get up and throw it down.
The three from Morant. Sinks the three-pointer. Morant's got 22 points.
Man, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Morant outside. And then Morant grabs it in.
And the agility, the hops, Morant just explodes off the floor.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's Oklahoma City. And here's Morant. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Buries it down low. 26 points for him.
Yeah, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Jaren Jackson. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Memphis?
They've been in the zone for mid-range all game long, and they've made the most of any chance they've found in that space.
But they've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. To the middle. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. 2 on the clock. From outside, off the mark. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here with the Thunder. 9-point game. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Kicked by Clark. On the wing, Koulibaly. Puts up a three. The Thunder with another miss. And the Grizzlies leading by 11.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Grizzlies.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Ja Morant.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And, guys, just avoid the unnecessary fouls here. That's about the only thing that can get them in trouble at this point.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Inside, here's Bain. The shot's good on the assist by Daniel.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a